Hey everybody, welcome back to Space Engineers 2, and here we have the Project Strident version 5. So, I will go ahead and put credit on screen and a link in the description where you can get this on the Steam Workshop. But this creator has done an excellent job with this. I have previously reviewed another ship of his, an earlier version of this. I believe it was the version 1 or version 2, but this is version 5. It is a lot more detailed. And this very well may be, I'm going to go ahead, you can see in the lower right hand corner, this is 900,000 PCU. This may be the largest, most detailed, and most PCU intensive ship on the Steam Workshop. So this thing is absolutely stupendously massive and extremely detailed. Just look at that. That is crazy. So it does have turrets on it. As of right now in Space Engineers 2, there are no functioning weapons in the game, so hopefully in the future those will get added. There is a mod that you can get on the Steam Workshop, but it's a little bit janky. I'm kind of glad that... man, that's kind of cool. So... oh, for a second I thought these were angled, but yeah. Very cool, very cool. I'm kind of glad that he just put... actual round looking barrels, because the closest thing that you can get are the modded weapons, and it's just square rockets. But yeah, so very, very cool from the exterior. We'll give it a quick fly around. This thing is huge. So this guy spent literally, I think, probably 2 or 3 months building this. Kudos to him. Lots and lots of hard work. Man, oh man. Check that out. This is going to take a minute to see the whole thing. I mean, even the exterior is taking a minute, but once we get inside, wow, that's awesome. Very detailed on the interior too. It's not just the exterior. A lot of time when you get larger ships like this, it's either or. Either the exterior is extremely detailed or the interior is. But with this ship, it appears that both the interior and exterior are. Okay, so it looks like we'll go check out the bridge real quick. Here's the exterior of the bridge. Looks like we can enter from the side right here. We'll go ahead and check out the interior of the ship. Man, this thing is awesome. It does have its own gravity. Oh, wow, cool. Very nicely done hallways. So, I'm wondering if this is some kind of modded texture pack, or if the textures aren't quite loading because of how much PCU this is. I was only able to spawn this in because I'm using a PCU mod. Aw, man, that's a real shame. So, it appears that he's got passenger seats up here. That's what that block is called. It's a passenger seat. This would ordinarily, I guess, be the captain's seat, but unfortunately, right now, passenger seats are not functional in the game, so in order to fly the ship, we're going to still have to use one of these other pilot seats. But it's a pretty cool looking bridge. There's another exit. Okay. And here we've got what appears to be a kitchen. Okay, cool, with sinks and a table. Very cool, very cool. And here we've got a bed, probably officer's quarters. Yeah, for sure, officer's quarters. So these beds are currently non-functional. It would be kind of cool if we could hit F on them and lay down in them and see the exterior of the ship, but as of right now, we can't do that. Ooh, yeah. Oh man, this is like an apartment. So this must be like a ship captain or somebody important that owns this room. Another sink. Here we got the toilet and the shower block. Again, all non-functional. I'm sure over here is probably Yeah, another, whoa, lag spike. And here we've got another officer's quarters. And this one is actually set up slightly differently, so that's kind of cool. With a slightly smaller bathroom. That's pretty cool. And what might actually be a larger room. Interesting. And a bit of a different dining room. Oh my goodness, what do we have over here? More... Maybe in the future these could control weapons systems. Okay. So here we've got, that looks like an elevator shaft. What's back here? Oh, it's the stairs. No thank you. What do you think I am, a peasant? Okay, so these are definitely the elevators right here. Okay. Whoa, that thing. Okay. Alrighty. So we'll go, I guess, floor by floor. I don't know if we're going to make it to all the floors. But as of right now, there's no pistons or anything like that in the game. There's not going to be any working elevators. So we're going to have some suspension of disbelief for the elevator shaft. Just use your jetpack. So this looks like some kind of supply room. Looks like that's the extent of this floor. Okay. But it's okay. We got like 30 more floors. Just look at that. That's crazy. 30 may be a little bit of an exaggeration, but, you know. That's really cool looking. Oh, that's awesome. So you could give speeches or briefings or something here to a crowd of people, an audience. You could definitely use this ship for roleplay if people's computers could handle it. I'm sure in the future the devs will do some sort of PCU, some work to reduce the amount of strain that PCU puts on computers. And also, computers are just going to advance over time because the original Space Engineers used to require a lot of beefy hardware to play, and it came out like 10 years ago, but now it's like, okay, like a pretty average gaming computer nowadays can do pretty well with Space Engineers 1. Space Engineers 2 will probably be the same, where right now you kind of need a top-of-the-line computer in order to easily play on something like this, but in the future that'll probably get solved with just better technology. Oh, that's cool. So I believe these are probably drop pods or escape pods. For half a second I thought they were refrigerators. I was like, there's no way. Oh man, I'm gonna get lost walking around here. This is awesome. Okay, so other officers' quarters. So I do remember from my previous... Okay, cool. Here's what appears to be... Oh, this is like a med bay, I believe. So from my previous review of this ship, maybe a surgical room, I guess. Yeah, and here's the... So at some point in the future, these will actually be functional, where you go to heal. But it's cool on bigger ships like this when people actually make a realistic-looking med bay. Oh my goodness, there's just so much to this ship. This appears to be some kind of storage room. Yeah, appears to be. Very dark and dingy. Oh my goodness, this thing is just full of surprises. Okay, so here we've got some kind of recreation room. That's pretty cool. With furniture, And if I remember correctly, yes, there was a bar over here. This is awesome. Yeah, so I faintly remember what a lot of this looked like from the previous review. And it's definitely had a facelift, so very impressive. I'm very excited to see... lag spike. I'm very excited to see in the future what this creator does with this ship, as far as if in the future table blocks get added, all kinds of stuff gets added. We already do have table blocks, but it's only one kind of block, and it doesn't fit that many room styles. So it looks like that entire floor is like living spaces. We'll probably be able to find the troop barracks. Oh, this is awesome. Here's a cafeteria. That's super cool. Oh my goodness. And the ship is not fully symmetrical. Like, it's symmetrical in some areas, but you can definitely see on the left side will be like a bar, on the right side will be something else, which is a really cool design choice. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh, here are the bunks. This is the, like, little barracks space. Interesting. That's cool. What's in here? Some kind of control room of some kind? We're gonna go down a floor. Okay. Long hallway with stuff on the sides. What's on the sides? Okay, these appear to be little cargo bays or something. I would not blame the creator of this ship if he just kind of got tired of this and moved on to another project. So he probably will update this over time. Nobody could blame him for leaving it as is, because the amount of work that he put into this is just incredible. This is extremely impressive. Because as with any ships that are built at this point in the game's development, there is a possibility that as updates are made to the game, there's going to be a lot of game-breaking updates that are going to cause ships like this to not function anymore, which is super frustrating as a ship designer. And you have to be really careful in how you design ships, because a lot of time you have to basically redesign the entire interior of the ship to accommodate updates. This is super cool. But in the case of this ship, this would honestly be really cool, even if it was just a static display. Obviously, it does fly, and we're going to fly it and crash it, but I almost think you could have like a little server online and do roleplay with this ship. You could do all kinds of stuff with it. You could have people attack the ship and board it. You got to defend the ship. You could, whatever you wanted to do. This thing is absolutely massive. I'm not 100% sure that this would be super practical in a survival game because of the stupendous number of resources in order to build it or even keep it running, to be honest with you. Woo. That's cool, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Super cool. Okay, so this is one of those little like hangar bay type things, I guess, maybe. There's generators to both sides. No, so definitely generator room. Man, this is awesome. We're slowly, so that entire floor appeared like it was generators and that sort of stuff for the functioning of the ship. Here we have, what, cargo? Now what looks like server rooms, okay. Very cool design for what looks like computer servers. Maybe for automated defenses. This is an awesome little catwalk here where we can see little hangar bay below. Lag spike. Over here we've got another, what looks like a storage room. Looks like this is command and control for the hangar bay below. Oh, that looks cool. They've got some kind of like hangar elevator. HO2. Okay, so that maybe is interesting. Okay. What's over here? Oh no! It's another elevator shaft that I totally just fell down. Man, there are so many floors to this thing. Okay. Lots of little closets and storage rooms. Here we are in the hangar bay. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's check out. Wow, multiple levels where you can store craft. Man, and what looks like fans. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Okay. Let's see if we can go back here to access the elevators again. Very cool, very cool. Looks like an armory or somewhere that you would come to get issued weapons, maybe. Okay, here's the elevator. Yuck. Stairs. Okay, we'll take the stairs one time. Oh, this is cool. There's no way we reached the bottom. We did reach the bottom. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Well, y'all. So, we just toured from the top of the ship down to the bottom of the ship. I probably still missed a ton, and I definitely did, because look at all this exterior catwalk that I didn't even see. That definitely plugs into the ship in various places. That's super cool. Yep, because that leads into there where you can somehow get in the ship, probably. I mean, some of it I think is decorative. But yeah, that is super cool. So much hard work went into this. This is super impressive. Let's see if there's anything at the front of the ship that I totally missed. Probably is. Wow, that's super cool. I do think the textures are probably not loading because of the fact that I'm using a PCU mod. So if it looks a little bit not so great, that's not because the creator, that's just the nature of the beast when you have a ship that is this big and this detailed. Yeah. Super impressive. Wow. Could you imagine if this guy built a Death Star or something? I feel like most of a Death Star would actually be empty, though. To be honest with you, even with a Star Wars Death Star, I feel like the majority of the circle on the outside. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and there's some lore to it, but I feel like most of it's a shell. Alright, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and fly it and crash it. We're going to pretty much have to crash into an asteroid because I don't know if I spawn another ship, what that's going to do to the performance. It won't probably do anything good. Ah, come on, man. I want to be centered on the ship is the thing when I fly it. It's okay. It won't be the end of the world. Okay, up, lag, because the game is saving. You know, I was almost 100% sure that I deactivated saving mid-game, autosaves, because it causes massive lag spikes. Okay, so where's the nearest asteroid? It appears to be up there. Okay. This might take a minute to turn. It is kind of a large vessel. Hit F by accident. Actually, this is quite maneuverable for its size. Yeah, actually, I'm very impressed with the maneuverability. But yeah, so I was talking in a previous video about how large ships can still be maneuverable. It just depends on how you design it. And like with this one, there are very good aesthetics to the ship. It looks amazing, and it is incredibly detailed both on the exterior and the interior. To the point where again, you got to use a PCU mod just to spawn it, and even then, it's just stupendously massive. But it's still maneuverable. All right, so we're gonna line her up. And again, with how massive this ship is, it does accelerate pretty quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and take my finger off the accelerate, and it decelerates rather quickly too. That's because some thought was definitely put into balancing out. We got all these thrusters on the back, and although we may not see the front thrusters, they are in various places around the ship. They may even be on the interior of the ship. So, but what that does is that allows, and there's also thrusters top, bottom, left, and right, and that allows the ship to actually be functional. As functional as a 900 PCU ship can be. Oh my goodness, this lag is crazy. Once we get up to speed, this may be like the mother of all crashes. Be a real shame if we missed or we just clipped it. Oh my goodness. I think I messed up my camera. No, I didn't. I still didn't get to see that glass area on the bottom of the ship, but if we explored every single nook and cranny of this ship, this might be like an hour-long video. So we're actually going at 350 miles an hour right now, which is relatively fast. It just doesn't look that fast because of how massive the ship is. I mean, the ship is it's getting the size of some of these asteroids. I'll go ahead and put, oh boy, I hope it doesn't crash. I'll go ahead and put my computer specs on screen so people are aware. If you're planning on doing this, you might want to have a pretty beefy computer. Processing, calculating, all the damage. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the damage. Man, this thing is just, oh my goodness, lag! This thing is just stupendously massive. Look at that. Look at the ship compared to the size of the asteroid. The ship is almost as long as the asteroid, if not longer. And really, we were only able to damage the front antenna or front punch pieces, I guess, of the ship. Maybe some of this got damaged too. That's kind of cool. There's storage containers on the inside. Huh. Maybe the ship has some hidden functionality that we don't know about up near the front. Oh my goodness, lag. So what I'm wondering is, I don't know if that part of the asteroid is like an outgrowth of the asteroid, almost like an asteroid pimple, or if we hit the asteroid so hard that all the surrounding area got crushed except for that portion, because the game does have terrain deformation, like you can see right here, it cut into the asteroid. I'm wondering if the impact cut all that away too. It'd be very interesting if it did. Alright, y'all. Well, until next time.